cameras. Ben, what are you doing? Oh no.
Sorry, we're an hour late.
Oh, everything.
Everything went wrong.
We're so sorry. Hold on. I got an idea.
As a note, I know some of you are soccer fans out there. I haven't seen the final yet. Please don't say anything.
Oh no, you haven't heard what happened?
I have. Oh, there's a call. 1 second. We should not have video in here.
Discord and no one was staying in. So
We should not have video in here because I don't have the stuff set up for that. Use Roll20, please.
This is why we don't switch who streams.
Yeah.
Next
well,
time I'm just streaming, guys. Sorry.
I mean, okay.
Yeah. No, it changed hands like 3 times.
Yes, it did. Streaming is not easy, so.
No.
Anyways, sorry. I don't have that ready. I wish you told us we were using Roll20. Because yeah, having cameras is vastly more important than anything else right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can fix that.
Oh yeah, I guess I should set that up in my game too.
Yeah. From now on, presume we're not using Roll20 video.
That's fine. We just now got the scenes that didn't have it, that had the stuff in it, and we need to get the spots set up.
Don't worry about the scenes, just capture the window. Like it's a subset of a window. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, I already had that set up. That's why I said I didn't know no one else did. Okay. I accidentally got Sturm's attention real hard by calling him by accident.
Whoops.
I have no video. I don't know what's going on.
We see you.
I literally just don't have like markers for anyone. It's so confusing. This is the worst day. We honestly should have canceled.
Probably.
Like if I knew
Yeah, probably.
This chaos, I probably would have.
I probably should have given you a better heads up that I am sort of disposed.
Yeah, it's okay.
Do we want to change it to just the cutscene and then just call it?
No, Ben. This is the no, because doing the cutscene part's the hard part. Slow down. Stop trying to change the things. Names only. That's the problem. Hi, everyone. Now I can see your pretty faces.
Oh,
Reactions
same.
Matter. What's
hey, I also had it set to names only.
See, yeah, that's why I was like, oh, there's a problem.
Okay.
So anyways, panic. So.
Most important person.
Why did the screen disappear? I need you over here. Thank you.
There we go.
There. Now I can see all of you. And Siege is back. Literally.
I still can't see you, but I'm not going to fiddle with stuff. We just got to get this done.
And we can hear.
Yeah, we gotta get going. This is crazy. Yes. So we've learned a few things tonight's stream. Thing 1: if everything's going wrong, stop, wait, think, maybe stream a different time. Thing 2: we lost Siege. Thing 3: are you ready? Are you ready to actually have a conclusion to this story arc? So,
yay!
As time passes, the Revengineers begin to go about the business of between adventures. They begin divvying loot, viewing their fortunes, and realizing they've become a powerhouse in the area. They have the both political and financial clout to become rather large players in the game. So, eventually, after some communication by letter, Conrad travels back to the sea, returning to the kingdom of Dracula. There he meets with... there he and Eitri join the rest of the group, informing them that Roscoe has chosen to remain in Haywold for the moment, establishing business contacts, and has very generously and very wisely offered a contract which Sprocket finds maintainable. Of 50% of its profits or 100% of its worth, whichever is greater, to be paid over the course of 30 years. Calculations and payment made at the end of each year. Minimum payment equal to 1/30th the market value of the ship in that year. One final stipulation remains. A man whom Roscoe has chosen to trust for reasons of his own has been sent, one Pascal. He is mentioned in letter, though you know nothing else of him. He is indicated as the overseer of the safety of the investment. It is presumed he will be paid a reasonable rate, comfortable living rate, costs paid by the ship owner, and bear witness to the treatment of the ship and ensure the ship is properly maintained, its value not reduced due to negligence or malice. Given the letter and the formality of it, it's clear that this is a properly written contract, and Roscoe knows how tricksy Sprocket could get, and wants to ensure that if they have a bum year, Sprocket doesn't go, well, we could just sink the ship, because he fears Roscoe would sink, or Sprocket would sink the ship to avoid paying that year. Now, that said, the party finally meeting exchanges stories, one group telling the other of their goings-on, and a question is raised while they're in the tavern. Eitri, were you ever an owlbear? Is asked. Specifically by Nidna, in a very scholarly tone. To which Eitri goes, what? Come with us. And Eitri meets Eitri. And they get along surprisingly well. They seem to almost be able to communicate natively, almost instinctively. Half-orc and owlbear begin setting up simple hearth and home as they ensure that the cave entrance is not left unguarded for the moment. And Eitri enjoys some peace in the woods with an owlbear companion and a lot of stories to tell later. Meanwhile, on discussing with the mayor of Burr Hollow and how the ongoings in the vault and with the town of Silver Run, the mayor explains his plight of it's been demanded that a fortress of some sort be erected immediately over the site of the vault. It's impossible to bury, and in fact, by its very nature, should evil arise from it again, it would arise from inside is the fear. They want to keep it occupied at all times and under careful watch. Conrad begins to use his influence within the guild to attend meetings about this, and eventually offers that the Revengineers, with their accumulated finances, wealth, and means, would be able to excavate the upper surface of the vault, use it as a very sturdy foundation of a simple monastery keep, and begin to establish the very first, and possibly not the last, castle of the Revengineers. Plans are underway. Meanwhile, Nala and Talik leave. Talik basically running for his life, as rumors and stories about who he is abound. He's not heard of or from for a very long time, and his story will continue later. Meanwhile, Gimble's cooking has impressed the hell out of Seedy, mostly because he's surprisingly competent as an alchemical assistant, because most of his cooking is inherently caustic before it is served. He's amazingly good with crucibles and other such noxious substance, and his resistance to poison is incredibly useful. He's made an offer to Gimble to remain as his personal chef and home assistant. He'll be given his own bedroom, free reign of the house, potion making on need, and has plenty of guests in the form of many gnomes and others who come by ostensibly for medical assistance, but clearly for some of that good home dwarven cooking. Meanwhile, Sprocket begins taking residence and investigating the vault and discovering that its unique properties are quite useful to research. So, where this lands you all, you have one castle located in Silver Run, just off of a river. You're all in charge with the protection of a town, which is mostly now going to be new citizens who will be moving into homes that were built by lost citizens. All new residents, many of whom came ostensibly to re-establish this town or to assist in building and other construction means of the fortress and excavations. They are now your citizens. You are in charge of them. Who is going to be the one who answers for their state? Badoop?
Stalker.
Oh, okay. Just checking. So which of the Revengineers is going to officially be responsible for this castle?
Probably shouldn't be Nidna, mostly because all he has on his mind right now is spreading Wazik and adventuring, not really intending to settle down just yet. Remember,
Yes,
I'm
it
coming.
won't mean you stop adventuring, but it will mean that the king holds you responsible if
Indeed.
the town, say, burns to the ground.
The reason I say probably not Nidna is mostly because I'm in no way used to dealing with people at all.
That's
Hey, Sprocket. Sprocket.
Now his mic's not working.
Sprocket, you're full of shit. You'd make a great noble.
I'm going
Yes,
to remind
you.
you guys that you guys are choosing this poison. I didn't make you take this choice. I just want that on the record books and clear and obvious.
Listen, with one noble title, there usually comes some more noble titles, right? So we'll hand out a couple extra noble titles or something like that. Maybe. We'll see however that works out.
And it may be
But-
the only way for Sprocket to get full citizenship.
And there you go. 'Cause
Although, do you want him to have it? Does he want to have it?
More
That's
like,
not-
are we willing to put his ego in charge of everything? But I think we are.
what is this? What basically comes with this? Is this a baronetcy,
Only
an earldom?
responsibility really comes with this. It'd be
Doubt it's a
rather
du-
small. It'd be pretty small. I mean, you have your stewardship is one town and a small one at that, and a fort.
So it'd or likely be a baronetcy, maybe an earldom.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The equivalent of a baron. Interestingly, I was thinking baron myself. Oh god, Sprockets now would be officially like a Baron Munchausen.
So yeah, I mean, but usually there, in a baronetcy, there's maybe enough room for a couple of knights and
Holy
So, like,
shit. My
there
freaking
you
mic
go.
is working. I had to unplug it, replug it back in, restart banana. Good
I will-
lord.
Yeah, banana. Isn't it great? It's like it's bananas. Okay, well, we gotta
So-
get going. So
I've had a lot of banana issues today.
yeah, you have. I
Um,
haven't eaten.
let's get back to
So-
you're full of shit. You'd make a great noble.
what's the downside of me becoming a...
You are responsible for an entire town, and if things go wrong, that's your fault.
No, that's not the part I'm worried about. What's the downside of me becoming a resident of Dracola or a citizen of Dracola?
It's basically the same thing. It's just, look, you're on the books now. Like
As
you're
opposed-
a known name. You're not
As
just
opposed
some
to
guy
me
rolling
being
through.
some dude named Sprocket that it's
Yeah,
like,
you have
he's some
something to
Haywold.
answer to.
Oh,
So as you go about and do shit, it's not just on your head; it's on your name and your head.
What responsibility? King Sprocket. King Sprocket.
Okay.
One day, slow down there, Chief.
I'm
Where,
assuming we've all made it clear to him that he's not a king and he's ignoring us.
yes, if we're in a tavern, Sprocket has gotten up with his drink and is pacing back and forth, just completely ignoring everyone else. Just King Sprocket. But I'd have responsibility. But King Sprocket. I'll do it. I'll be King Sprocket.
Yeah, sure, you do that. Okay. None of us correct him. We're just gonna let him think he's king.
That
It's okay.
That's
I'm
fine.
totally okay with being the knife. I mean, the power in the background.
yes.
Anyways,
Okay.
if you need someone who can just talk and talk and talk, also bullshit. Yeah, I'm definitely your guy.
All right. That's fine. Anyways, that's the end of the arc. That completes that. That has been established. So you'll have some business ties in Haywold. You'll be able to do some form of shipping. It's mostly probably being handled by Roscoe, to be honest. So he's establishing his own merchant fleet. He wants to keep you profitable, so he may likely send orders and such your way. Yes. Other than that, that will wrap up this part of the arc. And in case anyone was wondering, well, you'll meet Pascal next time. It'll be fine. Okay, so are we going to do this Call of Cthulhu thing?
Apparently.
Sure.
All right, well, we should probably pause. I'd really rather have had Discord because this is a terrible place for this.
Yep, sure is.
Go to an AFK screen and we'll figure this out.
We'll be right back, folks. We're not actually moving, so we're just changing stuff. We'll be right back.
We'll see.
All right, we're back. The famous Ben No Countdown going back to live once again happens.
Thanks, Ben.
Yep, well, you thought we were live and now we are.
Wonderful.
We seem to be fine without headphones so far.
Can't see anyone. We can't see you, and...
Bad. I'll figure it out.
Your camera went black? I'm not going to touch my stuff because I can see a majority of people.
Yeah, I can see Keeper and Ben. I could see Siege, but now I can't. But I'm with all the technical issues we're having tonight, I'm not the one streaming. I don't need to see everyone.
Ah.
Okay.
See everybody but Gresham.
Fortunately, we're mostly just doing character creation stuff, so...
Yeah.
Is there a character sheet in that thing you shared with us? Yes. Oh my.
I think there's 3 instead of 2, so you have your choice.
33. Two-sided.
Okay, so what is the general premise of this? First of all, we're doing this in the, what, the 20s?
Yes, this is the 20s. I'll do the full like, where you are, what you're doing, and what you're feeling at the moment.
Excellent.
Jess sits down and settles in.
I was like, I know this. We both thought each other started a thing. Turned out she was right. I'm gonna set us up here with largely analog.
Okay.
Fill in. After that's done, making a lot of noise. Laser printers, they're not quiet.
Wow.
All right, so let me know when you're all ready, and I'll just give you the basic what's going on. Also, you should probably decide who's driving.
Who's driving?
Who's driving? Jess is driving. Okay.
Are you playing a woman? It's the 20s. It might be a terrible. Wait, no, I've decided she's a woman driving. That would be hilarious.
A woman driving in the 20s. That's wonderful.
Well, my character was a driver when I played this, and she was a woman.
Yeah,
Nice.
but your character was like super badass.
That is true.
Why can't she be super?
You may need to speak up a little bit, Ian. The mic is...
Expectations on me. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Neither do any of us.
This is my first time playing this. You're among friends here.
You are.
I did play this adventure.
Promise. No, like, here's a better idea. Why don't we? Oh, is it like who's driving? As in the person with the whoever has the highest drive at the end of this will be the one driving.
That seems reasonable.
That's what I'm hinting at.
Yeah.
I'll. How about I tell you which skills are most useful first? Then while I'm doing this, you can decide where to put your points.
Sure.
He's still in earshot. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, that's why I said sure.
Okay. So the most useful skills in this particular adventure, as far as I'm concerned, are going to be driving, electrical repair, first aid, history, medicine, psychology, psychoanalysis, spot hidden, and track.
Yeah.
Seems-
I'm sure you should actually tell us that. Okay.
I think we probably would have actually had most of those covered anyways, just by how
Yeah.
we tend to make
When you
characters.
said that, I was like, oh, I thought you meant as in a general for something.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and honestly, if I have a character that I just am role-playing and they don't have any useful skills, woo!
And I just figured I'd mention it. I don't really know how this plays out, so wasn't sure how important to enjoyment having proper skills was. So
Honestly, sometimes not having the proper skills adds to the enjoyment. We'll find out.
Yeah, that is true. I agree with that.
All right.
Yeah. I was going to say, other than driving, I don't know what we need.
Yeah.
On purpose.
But I think
but yeah,
saying,
those-
hey, having a driver may not be a bad idea, probably just fine. Um,
Okay, well, where do we actually start on this? How does
Right.
one make a character?
Would you like me to begin with the background of what's going on and everything?
Sure.
Sure.
All right.
Oh,
So you're in a car.
I know it's been so long. Sorry.
Car is silent, except for pounding rain outside. It is the storm to end all storms, and you know for a fact that behind you it's worse. You are driving away from it. You are leaving Ipswich. You were there, all of you together, at an art exhibition. The artist was there and greeted everyone at the door. She's this beautiful, young, lovely, bubbly, happy, very outgoing, very positive person. You all immediately felt on friendly terms with her. She's just the most bundle of energy that you've ever seen, you know? The art, however, took you all by surprise. Once you enter, you find that despite there being quite a number of people, the exhibit is very, very silent, with the occasional gasp, and that's about it. It's a horrid exhibit of sculpture and painting depicting various anatomical studies, such as muscles being removed from bone with intricate carvings into the bone. Um, Things like a painting of a woman's back, but with the spine exposed. No blood or gore, just skin and bone, and muscle. Now, this is interesting because to all of you, your first reaction to this is this is horrible. It's just disgusting. It's abhorrent. And yet, despite that, none of you can manage to insult it in any way. You are overcome with this acknowledgement of the sheer amount of effort and skill and talent involved in the creation of these works. They are intriguing, despite being something that you would never acknowledge as art. They are all so unique to what you've experienced in your life that you can't find the words to properly oust it. The art is, in its own way, beautiful. It is truly just masterworks, which is especially surprising, seeing as the woman who did all of them is quite young. But all in all, the show itself is very interesting. It made you think of bone and flesh in ways you hadn't thought of before. You would have thought to use these in these sorts of depictions in the same sense of something that would depict beauty. And you leave very uncomfortable, very off kilter. You aren't quite sure what to feel. When you walked in, you knew exactly how you felt about this work, but as you leave, you feel at odds with your initial impression. So much so that you all pile into one car. Jess is driving, and you're driving away from this storm, and no one is saying anything. Occasionally, someone will like open their mouth and bring in a breath to say something, but nothing comes out. It is just very awkward. It is raining. It is pouring, and you are probably driving too fast. But none of you are really paying any attention. None of you are really thinking about anything other than this amazing yet terrifying experience you all shared. You haven't even spent the time to talk to each other about it. You haven't even said anything. Even as you were leaving, you just sort of looked at each other, all glassy-eyed and confused, and just walked out. But you're starting to feel better. It's been a while. You're out of the town. You're in between Ipswich and Arkham, and you're starting to feel better, starting to, come around. And then something happens. Now I'm going to let you build your characters now before I tell you what happens. But that's generally how you're feeling. You're starting to feel better, but you're very much so out of sorts.
That was a great intro.
In hindsight, I would have said we probably should have built the characters before.
Yeah.
Like when you said, "Oh, what you're doing," I thought you meant quick, brief, broad, not the full intro to the adventure itself. Or I might have said different, only because now it's like, well, now I want to start. Can't.
Yeah, we have to hammer.
Oh, yeah, well, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, it's a
Live and learn.
first time learning.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what?
Now you get to choose who you are. Now, one of the reasons, originally I was going to tell you after you made your characters, but I forget why I changed my mind now. Something Ben said.
I plead the fifth. I also don't know what I said, so.
I don't remember what you said.
So,
Oh, was it in the random conversation we were having?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
What's step one?
Yar.
Wow. This entire first page contains a whole lot of things that worth create an investigator. To play a character, they're called investigators. I printed an entire page to get the sentence, characters are called investigators. Damn it.
Nice. So yeah,
said
what
that right.
what is the first step
Oh,
for
thanks.
us to create a character?
All right, the first step, let me open my sheet. First step is to determine what your stats are. Now, in my particular adventure, some of these aren't going to be as useful as others, but I guess that's the same.
You did say it was a non-combat adventure. If you want to leave it at that,
I'm
Yes.
gonna roll these as is. So
do we roll them or do we use their suggested 40, 50, 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 80?
If this were a longer adventure, I would say definitely roll them. But in this particular case, for the interest of time, let's just pick their basic numbers and go with it.
What's
okay, so we've got this set of numbers, and we've got to
What?
put them into.
what set of numbers? Where?
40, 50.
He did share a PDF with us in.
Yes, I have that.
It's that.
page
It's on.
6.
Page 6.
Thank
Right above where it says half and fifth values. The sheet already does the half and fifth values for you, so you don't have to do any of that.
Andy.
We don't necessarily have that.
Appearance. Dexterity. Okay, so if I'm going to play some sort of
Their stats for size.
you know what? I'm gonna play a journalist.
It can be useful.
I was
That's it.
thinking about a PI myself.
I kind of figured you would be thinking of either a PI or a professor, so I stayed away from those.
You nailed it.
Oh god. Journalist or author?
Good question.
Uh,
Maybe what were you doing at that exit?
That's another reason I wanted to tell you
Journalist.
what you were doing.
Journalist. I was covering the exhibition. Not exhibition. The exhibit. Okay, so I am going to be a journalist. What's my name?
I'm a little guy.
Do I just have a pen name?
I put in that
It's the 20s. Is my name Slick?
Slick Little Wit.
Yup, sure is.
Oh, wonderful.
Slick Littleton. But Slick is a nickname. Stephen Littleton. PH Stephen.
Wait, PhD for journalist?
PH Steve. No, PH Stephen. STEPH, not V.
Oh. I was about to say, that's some journalist.
People get PhDs in journalism.
It says combination of
The best journalist ever.
So I need physical appeal. So is appearance ability to talk as well, like charisma?
I believe so. Well, technically there is a charm skill.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Right, it's a skill, not a characteristic. But does charm use your appearance?
Pretty.
I'm not 100% sure. Let me check.
Okay. Or is that not how they work in this game? Which very well could be the case.
Certain things like language uses your education.
Oh, it says next to it if it doesn't. Charm doesn't have anything next to it.
Okay.
I believe, to my understanding, your characteristics more have to do with like role playing. Like for example, you're gonna have to pick a credit rating, and that's gonna be like your basic
How do you
level of
live?
comfort
Yeah.
financially.
coming up with weird names.
I mean, I came up with my name, but that was just off the cuff. I feel like everybody's going to be stacked into intelligence and or education.
Well, you are a bunch of educated people going to quite an exhibit.
That is true. It is like it's not like just anybody would go to this
Well, maybe you did.
fair.
Should've gotten a pencil.
Probably.
Let's put
I'm just gonna go with a pretty basic.
You are, though, once again correct. I was statting right into in education.
I'm literally making Siege's character. Let's see.
So how do we choose occupation?
There's a list of occupations that I just grabbed one from. On page 8. Force of will, spirit, and mental stability.
Might be useful in a Lovecraftian adventure.
There's a
Also,
bad
Slick
part that I
Slick goes and reports the murders. He's got a strong stomach.
Nice.
I think I want to pick a thing, but I don't know how to pronounce
70 or 80.
it. Dilettante?
Dilettante.
Dilettante? Like a debutante?
I think so. Yes, actually. Oh, is that sample occupations?
Yeah.
Person who cultivates an area of interest. I had to actually look up what the hell a dilettante was.
I know. It's strange.
It would work just fine at this exhibit. Let's do.
Indeed.
Now we have to Google.
70 in power,
Light floor.
60. Is 50 on these stats average? Like a normal person has a 50?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. I have a really hard time playing dumb characters, so I'm gonna have to put my 80 into intellect.
Well, remember, there's a difference between intelligence and education.
Oh no,
Um,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it feels weird.
But leaps of logic and intuition. Although I'm a journalist, but and I feel like at this stage you don't really go to school much for journalism. You just kind of get into the business,
I agree.
which is why I'm not necessarily going to put my education as high as, say, a professor or maybe a PI who's done stuff.
Well, I actually dropped my education down to 60 in favor of a power of 70.
I also have a power of 70.
Okay, so
What's do I dare ask what your int is?
80,
Of course it is. What's your appearance?
60.
We're building the same character, Siege.
What's your size?
I haven't put it there yet. I was thinking of making it 40.
Yes.
Uh,
how do we
they call me Littleton and they call you Bigby. We're both small. I feel like you're the private investigator I go to for tips.
Right. There you
Totally
go.
be a team. Maybe you're childhood friends and you've just gone in two different directions, but have converged once again.
Could be.
Is that a choice? Did you fill that online?
It's
The fact
well,
that size is combined height and weight is hilarious.
I don't even see mine on there.
I still haven't read enough of the actual rule book to really tell you how useful having a
Sizes.
particular size is.
I mean, like you said, role playing.
Yep. It also affects your build, which is for brawling, but like in Call of Cthulhu, if you get shot, your character, even if you survive, is in a hospital for months.
Yeah, you're maimed badly. If you get
Yes,
into
there's no magical healing. So
if you get into combat in Call of Cthulhu, you done fucked up.
okay.
indeed.
Oh, we need these.
Plus, I don't know if you've read how the combat works. It's
Nope.
super weird.
I have not. I will say I am kind of missing randomly rolling my stats because my characters build themselves in my head. 60, 80, 70, 1, 2, 3. I need another 60.
But were we not doing the half and fifth thing?
We will, yes.
350s, right? Yep, 350s. All right, I have my stats done.
But we have to roll for the luck stuff.
Oh god, we have to roll for luck.
Of course.
3d6 multiplied by 5.
Is that what we move on to next? Is the secondary attribute stuff?
Seems it.
I believe, other than luck, everything is already pre-built into the sheet.
Oh, it's deterministic. That
Yes.
being said, Ian and Jess have their.
Yeah, I was going to say that's nice. When, like they either using these built-in to roll 20 character sheet that fills in all the things. I'd actually rather know where the things.
If we played a longer campaign, I would, but for a one shot, I am willing to let the sheet do things for me.
According to Stalker,
Yeah.
this is like a 6 to 8 hour adventure. That's why I'm not having you build like, full-on characters.
That's fair. Yeah, one shot is one shot. 8, 13,
Yeah.
multiplied by 5, 125.
What?
Wait,
Wait, I need to roll something for luck. What's this now?
Yes, your
65.
luck begins at
Sure.
3d6 multiplied by 5.
and I did multiplication wrong. 65.
Yeah, you have to roll under your luck to be successful. So
On a D100, I'm assuming.
yeah, on a D100.
Ew.
Hey, Siege has better luck than I do.
12. What's it? Times 5?
Yeah.
Hit points are determined.
60. I'm lucky.
Yep.
But
Sanity is
pre-populated on the.
man's level.
When you add things to them, I'm not sure. Hold on.
You just circle in that chart.
Yeah. There it is.
It's not seemingly determining my sanity.
I think you start at
Equal to your power score.
yeah.
My sanity should be 70.
Papers.
1/5 power.
Yeah, it's not normally that this. Yeah.
$14. Yep. Alright. My occupation, journalist.
Yeah, God, it's partially also.
Hey, Grish,
Hmm?
can you look at my character sheet and tell me if you think that my skill loadout is going to be useful for this adventure?
Which one are you?
Frank Rook.
I should have known.
Wait, Frank Brook?
Yes.
So,
We'll call you the Punisher.
Yes, I will tell you you're not going to run into a library out in the middle of nowhere, but
oh,
That was part of the private investigator's skills.
yeah, you've got
goes into damage.
actually yeah, this will work quite well.
One interpersonal skill. Fast talk or persuade?
The wrong use of sizes.
How many of these do we pick, by the way?
Hit points come from size and con. Geez, size determines a lot.
Allocate the following skill values among the 8 occupation skills and also the credit rating skill.
Yeah.
1 at 70,
What does app stand for again?
60,
How do I-
60.
Which just won't be on the front lines. We'll send Ben down to get punched. I'll convince him with my pretty ways.
Apparently, your size is a determination of force behind your punches
Everything.
or whatnot.
Yeah, your size actually determines a lot of things. So if you're going to do anything physical, you almost want size. It's funny. Con,
Ignore-
it sounds like a dumb stat.
Well, the way they describe it, it's like size, how big you are. I'm like, and
Yeah.
Yeah, the how big and tall, it's like, okay. So
that
I'm a
sounds like detail that all the rest of it's like, oh no, it matters to all. I'm like, no, you're
I'm a tall skinny guy, or I'm a short fat guy.
Where you are, thanks.
Yeah.
Library use, that's going to be a 40.
Like the other ones all actually mean a thing, and then there's like size.
Oh.
Not a standard
Yeah, that's
thing.
it's the thing the other things abstract away.
Credit rating. Oh, we can't do a credit rating below 40.
Equal to your power score.
You don't really want to.
After assigning points to the occupation skills.
So I just circle up here, sanity.
Yep, sure.
Oh, cool. Interesting.
you're Sam Bell. That's good.
Charm, fast talk, intimidate, persuade. I'm a journalist. Is fast talk like shit talk or like talking out your ass?
I think it's the latter.
The latter. So it's
Yeah,
bluff.
talking on the fly, so to speak.
Yeah, your ability to talk yourself out of a situation.
Yeah, I can buy him a charm.
What charm?
God bless it. Really,
What?
I'm gonna
we're
say
building the
both of
same
you.
damn character.
Are we really?
You're both so original.
We haven't even consulted.
No, I made charm at 60%. I'm going with psychology at 70%. There we go.
I found a list of things. I sent a question to Greshik
I'm looking.
just to make sure I can do the thing that I'm doing.
Why are you being all secretive?
Oh, I see. Journalist has
Because
And-
actually, it's not.
any two other skills. That's interesting.
Go. Make anyone go on.
I feel like language has to be at a 60 because I'm a
You're at
journalist.
60. So yeah, I mean, realistically speaking, I think I could just check all these boxes. Regardless, I don't think special. Yeah, these guys don't have any form of special.
I will say this, Keeper. I am, of course, not prepared to deal with that, but if you wish to do so, I will not stop you.
Well, let's put it this way. I can make any sort of person by checking X number of skills, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
You're picking a list. Or tailor one to your requirements. Okay, never mind. I just get to choose 8 skills. So yeah, what I'm doing is I'm warning you the 8 skills roughly I'm planning to do.
Just kind of following a template.
Yeah. Okay, and I get it. And some of these skills aren't actually on this list, which tells me that's an old thing anyway.
Is it not 7th or 8th edition or what?
I am inherently difficult.
We know.
I thought about being inherently difficult, but
This is my first time GMing a game I've never played, so please
Yep.
be gentle.
You invited
Oh.
Ian to play.
On purpose. You know how if I wasn't gentle with Ben, it wouldn't be fair to be gentle.
It gets you really good at just thinking on the fly. It's pretty
And then
great.
Just check off. The
Don't
things
worry
that
if somebody does something crazy and there's a couple seconds of
Just pick a different one.
Yeah, I'm expecting that.
Just like
Don't worry.
we're not,
If there is, we'll probably all be laughing too hard to care.
we're not starting play tonight, right?
No.
No,
Not as-
I'm actually very unwell at the moment. I'm having a pretty hard time keeping it together. So I'm just gonna,
yeah.
we're gonna get your characters made. I'm gonna get you into the first encounter. You'll be interested in what the hook is, and then we'll move on to next week.
I think that I don't know if you wanted to. I think that the hook you gave us to begin with may be a good spot after we get our characters done to just
Okay, that's fine with me.
That's-
Because, like I
that-
said, I'm actually not doing well at all right now.
right. That's
so-
the other thing. Art, craft,
Oh, that's
photography.
so necessary for this character.
Why is ride an investigator skill?
That's actually
Ride like a horse or a motorcycle
Okay.
or a bike.
uh.
Charm, fast talk. and then 3 other skills.
So we are all companions of a sort.
Yep.
Yes. That's
We
why you're
actually
all
know and
piled
like
into a
each other.
single car.
And know and like each other enough to know each other's skills, yes?
You made yourself younger.
Why?
Yes, if you are going with the class that you
Ha, that's hilarious.
if you are going with the class you showed me, they would all
Like,
know you.
I've been trying to steal all your money, and you know, flattery. You think it's funny that I did it, that I don't know you know.
Random headcanon floating around here.
Yeah, because actually, if you want to leave it where we stopped for the next game, while I built this character, before we ever started playing, I was honestly thinking about playing a mechanic.
That works. You can do that if you want.
Mechanic.
And I am considering.
First aid.
I'm considering switching to a doctor of medicine.
Well, just in case you die, I still selected first aid. Or something.
Don't worry, everyone.
It's fine.
I can talk to them.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
Yeah, right.
I kind of figured that Ian was going to play somebody who could talk out of their ass, so.
I guess I'll select drive for my 3rd one.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Charm, disguise, fast talk. See who's long. Listen. Persuade.
Yeah, easy on cat.
Apology.
You put cats. Now
Oh.
she's freaking out.
Oh, well, that also means I'll have to change that around. Alright, so education's now up.
Spot hidden.
I picked that too.
I don't think it's bad to have multiple spot something.
Okay.
Like I don't feel like that's bad regard. And it just fits with 40, 50, 80, 60.
Alright, yeah, I'm changing to a doctor of medicine. For reasons.
It was an anatomical exhibit.
Bingo!
Or it is, and we're all
Dr.
worried.
Slick.
What's that, Dr. Slaughter? Stephen Slaughter? I have to change my first name. I just have to for personal reasons. I'm a doctor and my first name's Steven. The only thing I'll be able to think about is Stephen Strange, because I'm a nerd like that.
I like Steven Slaughter though.
The pet store where I worked in high school, the vet that we used was, I kid you not, one Dr. Slaughter.
That's lovely.
The woman who does the landscaping for our house, her last name is Slaughter.
Well, you know, the late Louise Slaughter, Congresswoman. We have a building at RAT that she donated money for, so it's Slaughter Hall.
That's so. Do people just call it? I'm going to the slaughterhouse.
Yes, no, this is how I learned the Slaughter building. We didn't use hall for a long time because it wasn't culture. And the thing is, they started pushing, like, because we never called buildings by their name. We always called them by words, and the numbers were straightforward. And then the rumor was people that donated money or people from their estates or whatever were upset that they would come to campus and ask someone like, "Well, where's my building?" They'd be like, "The what?" So they're like, "You need to start using."
So the engine ruined the way to get money
Like,
by
liberal
making it
arts.
an efficient build.
Yeah, College of Liberal Arts still doesn't have a major donor.
Oh
so it
my.
doesn't have a name. But yeah, so I always just call it SIMS because it's the Center for Integrated Manufacturing Studies, but it's also like building 26, I think. But that one was SIMS. That one had like a name, but then it's like Slaughter as well. Every building has like 3 names, so people come to campus and they go, "Where's such and such?" I'm like, "I'm not sure."
I don't
That's
know,
not
and I've
the-
worked here 10 years. God help me.
It's not the
Help
name I
me.
use.
The what now?
So, how do we determine like weapon? We need to determine any of that.
Equipment.
Yes, that's actually the one thing that the quick guide doesn't seem to explain. Equipment.
Yay!
What are these
Oh.
numbers that it just randomly puts in here before into the investigator skills before I put
So
anything
what
in?
does that mean?
I haven't the slightest.
The
Okay.
quick guide does, though, explicitly say to ignore those when you're adding your 70, 60, 60.
But like, I'm now changing stuff and I had some in. Do I need to know what the heck was there before? Oh, it looks like there's a base value.
That would make sense.
I'll assign points to the skills on the investigator sheet. Ah.
Libraries at
Locate
20.
the following values on
10.
the 8 occupations. And also the credit rating skills. I see. So those 8 you checked, you now distribute 270s, or sorry, 170, 260,
Yep.
350, and 340.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
This suddenly makes sense.
And ignore the skill base values written next to each skill.
Well, I was ignoring them because I'm on paper. So I was super ignoring them.
Well-
First aid.
Yeah. anyways.
Pick 4 non-occupation skills and boost them by 20%.
So what are those numbers?
I think those numbers are the
No,
base.
like
Oh, sorry. 70, 260, 350, 340. I will write them down as an array just like before because I thought it was a good idea once so well that they decided not to do it a second time.
What are the default numbers for language own and dodge?
I will check it in a moment.
Dodge is blank, and I believe
Okay.
that would mean language own is blank as well.
Language
Okay.
on blank too.
72, 60.
Yep.
Medicine, psychology, science, biology.
I don't know my other language.
Swahili?
It will absolutely come up. Don't worry.
Latin? Latin's useful,
I get
actually.
50%.
I have Latin.
You nerd.
I'm a doctor, thank you.
Nerd.
Any two other skills is academic or personal specialties. I see. What kind of doctor?
Oh, wait, no. That's gonna-
Remember, this is the 1920s, so
Oh, I'm thinking possibly like person who works in a mental institution. The absolute horrors they were in the 20s.
yeah, you might actually have experience drilling a hole in someone's skull.
Bingo.
Wait, something's not adding up for me here.
What do you mean? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. What?
I thought you only had 8 skills.
You get to pick 4 more to add 20% to the base
Oh,
values.
and the credit rating skill. Credit.
Ah,
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where that is.
Oh, I see. It's under climb. It's alphabetical, but. Do I have to put a number in there?
Yeah, that means how much you can just get things.
Your credit rating is how affluent you are.
Yeah, I think my numbers are wrong because I already. Okay.
No,
One,
not climb, not climb. Credit rating.
2,
Between 10 and 49 is like average. That's your basic living.
7. Wait, and then 2 more skills? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have, including credit rating, I have 9 skills.
Yeah.
And I only have
Yeah.
8.8, 70. Wait, do I have 260s?
You should have 8 skills and credit rate.
260s
260s, 350s, 340s.
and a 70. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I was missing a 60. That's why. Okay. Credit rating's a 40. I'm just a normal Joe.
And I do like to think that the mech repair skill does teach you how to build a mad cat.
Okay, I'm missing it.
Okay.
Psychoanalysis, persuade. Psychoanalysis is getting checked because that I am that, and then is somebody taking drive?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Figured
Oh wow,
I'd
you
just,
actually did. Cool.
go with it.
That makes it straightforward. And it also does mean you get to take all control over a bunch of idiots. Like, no, we're going here, but can you drive?
Also, that means I can't be a brain surgeon who drives.
I
Like
was
one
going to take
Stephen
some.
Strange.
I was going to take driving as a non-occupational skill, but
I mean,
What is
I can.
incapacitated.
what is OPHV medicine, or should I just ignore it?
It's operate heavy machinery.
Oh, that is machine, not medicine, isn't it?
Indeed.
Archaeology. What's your final skill? Accounting.
Computer use. I feel in the 1920s that shouldn't be taken.
Right.
That's awesome, Stalker. Kitty Mad Cat.
It is indeed a mad cat.
Here's a question, Greshik,
Oh,
if you are available.
Yes, sorry.
Okay. I didn't know if you were turning because you were like, oh god, I may have to run. How
No,
much
just chest pain.
do our characters know anything of the occult? Like, do we know anything that exists? And, like, if we are just regular schmoes, I am absolutely fine with that.
There is a difference between occult and Cthulhu mythos. You cannot start with a raised Cthulhu mythos stat.
Interesting. Oh, so occult.
No raise Cthulhu mythos.
Occult. What does occult do for you? Oh god, my character could just get really dark.
Sure.
Because remember, there's a bunch of occult things that aren't Cthulhu mythos, like witches or vampires.
Well, around this time would be Aleister Crowley.
Yes, actually, very good example.
I may take occult.
Are you a cult doctor?
You're
I'm-
a doctor working in a sane asylum and do a little bit of sex magic?
I'm a doctor working in an insane asylum who's trying to prove his crackpot theories are true. That's
That could be cool.
awful. My character is an awful person.
Whatever floats your boat.
Question though,
That's
do
nice,
your
Sparky.
friends know this?
Probably not.
Walter's dead, you fool.
Alternately, I'm a brain surgeon. Brain surgeon. In big ol' air quotes for this time period. And I have sleight of hand. Where did the card go? Where'd the
Hey,
medulla
watch what
go?
happens when I poke his brain right here.
Charm, archaeology, appraise. Yeah, I kind of like that. I am an absolute scumbag. Well, scumbag.
You just add 20 to those.
Okay, so that 40's gone.
So those are below everything.
What do I
Yeah,
want
well,
my
you add
70 to
20
be?
to whatever they are currently. Which they apparently do have some form of starting. Let me see.
Medicine.
This might be where it's worth typing them into the sheet.
Well, because like other things in parentheses, 25%, 20%, but I put a 40 like in the box.
I'll be right back.
Alright. 50.
What? Oh, it's a GM screen.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Like a truck. Yep. Almost definitely done these raw. I don't. I'm just going to put.
What's wrong about it?
I just saying, I don't know. Because there's a bunch of numbers in these right now.
I think
Language own. Interesting.
here's the next question. Do I want my 70 in a cult?
Jesus.
Hmm.
Yeah, my dude could be. I'm gonna go for no. I'll put a 50 in there, but still don't know what my 70 is going to go into.
Well, it's probably
Yeah, I
good
know,
that we
it's
don't
not
go any farther than this tonight.
I put my 70 in a track, actually.
Stomach not agreeing with you, Greshik?
Just lost my dinner.
I am so sorry
Ooh.
to hear that.
Yep, not my day. Definitely not my day.
Okay, I'm putting all my personal interest skills off in this extra section. So just in case I mess them up.
Greshik, my 70 is in a cult.
Give me a moment.
Fantastic. I'm gonna have to work a way to make that just.
You don't have to.
Yes.
I am very willing to use it as role-playing juju, because that is great. Like, this...
Well, the way Call of Cthulhu works is basically just a mass of role playing.
I am
It's
all
pretty much all it is.
I'm all about that.
Yeah, you have to-
And
I know you are. I thought you'd enjoy
Stalker,
this.
Stalker, having played this before, is sitting with his mic not cued, just cackling. Or falling asleep, since it's ass o'clock there.
That's why I was like, put in a 2. Put in a 4.
Alright,
Doesn't change.
I did that. After assigning points to occupation skills, select your personal interest skills. These are skills that your characters acquired outside of work. Pick 4 non-occupation skills and boost them by 20.
Where?
4.
It's 20%, including their base value.
No, the ones you override. Or you override.
Charm is going up to
You get the much better.
35.
The personal interest you add to. That's the one that's weird. It's because your career ones are all like so significantly higher. Yeah.
History is going up to 25.
Fighting. Brawl. Says 25%. If I put one of my 20s
You
in
get
there,
45.
Kind of weird. Alright, maybe I do whatever was
Is
CrossFit.
natural world like a nature check? Hey, I want to find berries in this forest.
To my understanding, yes.
Okay.
No. Firearms. Oh, there's fighting. Let's see.
Oh, is fast talk deception?
Yeah, basically. But
Alright.
Ben,
I have
you
no
don't
idea what
deceive
you're talking
anyone.
about. What
You
is
only tell
fast
them the
talk?
truth.
Absolutely.
I've never done anything but tell people the truth.
Yeah, I believe that. Nobody's lying here.
These are a lot of skills.
Yeah.
Alright, that is my character. Oh, I need a name. Shit.
Oh, you're not Dr. Slick anymore?
No, well, I'm not little.
Okay, I got a 45 dodge now. almost want archaeology instead of a just cause.
Instead of a praise?
My mic was off.
Were you going to suggest a name, Siege?
I was going to say, how did he get a 45 Dodge in 1920?
I was gonna say that.
That's pretty funny.
What?
Don't feed the troll.
Which one?
He's the
'Cause he
worst.
stole my joke.
Yes. Don't feed
'Cause
the
I
troll.
thought it was too terrible.
Like
To be fair, Jess, you were
actually
right.
chose not to tell the joke. I'm impressed.
You were right. You were very correct. That joke is bad. Doesn't make it any less funny.
That joke came from your heart. It was bad, so you should feel bad.
I don't.
Okay. I think we're done.
Yeah, I think I am too.
I think we have to figure out what our weapons are and any other.
God, my
like,
character's
if
in.
Ben wants to what?
Yeah, see
Take
your
from my
sheet.
If Ben wants to, document his horrible doctor tendencies on his background.
Oh yeah.
Have you experimented on any of your fellow friends yet?
No.
Tonight? No.
that is the proper answer. That is exactly the proper answer.
No, they've been experimenting.
The big question is,
experiments
do my
when it's
friends
super
know
important.
I'm a crackpot? No.
I don't know if you're a crackpot. You just believe in things that other people don't believe in.
I have a 70 in a cult. That's my highest. I need to change that. It needs to be
As far
high.
as you're concerned, all occult knowledge is true.
It's going down to a 50.
Well,
I'm putting
he's just
psychology up to a
well-versed.
70.
I'm basically.
Now that makes you a worse person.
Doctor Zed at this point.
You have more hit points than me. I'm glad I'm pretty.
I don't want my character to be too pretty. I don't want to fall into that trope.
Oh, I will let. Oh no, you have. Don't worry. I would immediately have responded with putting all my high things in my pretty. Wait, did I actually do that already?
Well, not the highest.
Wait, I need to redo my
My
sanity.
persuasion's higher than my charm, but not by much.
My intellect and education are now my highest, by the way. Just, I shifted those because I'm a doctor now.
Yeah. Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor.
Yep.
And my name's Jim now, not Justin.
Why?
Yes. My name's Kirk. Whoa.
Because for one, Jim Johnson works a lot better than Justin Johnson.
That was right.
Yeah, the Justin Johnson has too many syllables.
Yeah, who
I like-
would name their child that on purpose?
I
I
like
know people.
I like Jim Johnson.
I know some people who named their firstborn son Jonathan Thomas because it was their in-joke name to refer to his penis.
Oh my.
That's terrible.
They referred to his wang as his Jonathan Thomas, and then that was what they proceeded to name their son. Like, that's great.
You all are very,
Wow.
very bad people.
Deep-seated issues.
Name.
Well,
Starting
you know,
sanity. So who wants
err
who
is
wants
human.
Sane Jesse?
That's why this is a role playing game, not real life.
That's funny. Let's see. Apology. Oh no, wait, that's okay. I'm just gonna enter the numbers.
Oh god, I looked up how to spell Bannon, like Race Bannon from Johnny Quest, and one of the pictures that popped up is showing Pence next to Race Bannon. Oh my god, they look the
I've
same.
seen that actually.
Art and craft. It's not actually.
I look at a lot of.
What's
Of
my
course, your art and craft is high.
what's my
It's
first
one of my
name?
things for my job.
Interesting.
Art craft any. Don't know.
Oh, it's a type of art and craft.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to probably pick.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea.
Nope. Just you'll pay attention at one point, and I'll have just like knitted a net out of some fur or something.
Oh my god, fleshcraft.
Fleshcraft.
Credit rating 60. No wonder I hang out with you. It's probably your car. Never mind. I just saw her drive. It is her car. Please tell me you're wearing like the goggles and driving
And the-
helmet.
And gloves.
Oh my god.
Driving gloves.
And the scarf. I mean, it's gonna be cold. You would have. You're my hero.
I'll come up with a name later. All right. So, what was the one thing not listed, Greshik? Equipment.
Yeah, but I don't particularly
I'm willing to dress Semi in character for.
like.
Who wants to dress in character for the next game? Oh my god, Jess punches like a beast.
I think I did it right. You said you added.
You do! I'm just saying, I'm glad I took dodge.
It's just one of my hobbies. I box on the weekend. Didn't have CrossFit yet.
And apparently electrical repair,
I dabbled.
which is not on this list. Oh no, here it is. There it is.
So are we pretty much gonna call it then? Are you gonna?
Yeah, I'll keep reading up on everything and make sure the adventure's ready and everything. I would have gone further with you today, but I feel like absolute garbage.
I don't apologize if you feel like garbage. That is the fact that you stuck around is awesome.
No, yes.
You feel like
Yeah, that was my 70.
like the toilet in a bus station bathroom.
Oh,
Yeah.
Daddy taught you to protect yourself, apparently.
the toilet in a truck
Jess
stop.
has a 70 in firearms.
Good lord.
I actually got that line from Saints Row.
Nice. First aid's a,
Well done. All right, 17 firearms. I guess we know who to get behind.
Yeah.
No. Who I get behind?
Okay, true.
I protect me. Language other.
Well, where'd you put your 70?
Persuasion. How I persuade you to protect me.
Oh.
Firearms. First aid.
Nope, I am doing that. My 70's going back into a cult. It's just too much fun.
Yeah, man, go for it.
I don't care if I don't get to use it. It fashions how I will roleplay the character.
And yes, role playing is very important for Call of Cthulhu.
He's
You
also
are an investigator in a
super.
situation.
He's also superstitious as
The
shit.
other one's darker. It's...
Oh,
He
that's
is-
gonna be so much fun.
he is-
You know what you have to do? You have to come up with like all sorts of superstitious things he does. Like he
Crap.
sits down and like immediately grabs the salt and throws some over his shoulder.
Oh no! Like he always looks back over his right shoulder before he sits down. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy. This guy is highly intelligent, highly educated, probably self-educated if I'm honest, but is absolutely not right in the head.
I am your.
That's wonderful.
Why?
I could be.
Wait, what is sanity based on? Power.
Yeah.
That changed. That end was 60.
I will tell people I'm your nephew.
What is? How does power affect sanity?
Sanity begins at a level equal to your power score, so mine starts at 60.
Okay, so wait, I rolled a 70.
For power.
Selected 70 is my power anyway, but I wasn't I supposed to roll for sanity?
I don't.
Oh no, roll for luck.
Roll for luck. Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
And swim 40. Oh, good. Someone can swim.
That's good. I can't. Well, no better than
I can as much as anyone else.
I was gonna say no better than an average person.
Were you in the freaking triathlon or something?
What? They gave
No,
me
no,
all these skills.
Your
to put-
skill set is like the triathlon. It's literally like
I should
swimming.
put my 70 into artillery.
Right?
course.
the one time that matters, it's gonna matter so much.
I don't know. You put all your stuff in like weird little things. I'm like, you know.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Nope.
It's hilarious. It's just hilarious.
I just noticed that hypnosis is in other skills. That is absolutely happening.
I thought about it. I'm glad you're doing it.
No, I'm that straight up. History. So being a bookish, genius, dare I say? I feel like history needs to have something in it. Maybe my spot hidden isn't 45. Yeah, spot hidden's not at 45. 25.
Right, I've got it at 60.
Narcissist?
Oh, holy shit. Hypnosis is at 21.
Read lips, 21.
I do enough.
That's
of that
okay.
in my
Did
real
anyone
job.
look at my?
No, I haven't looked at it.
Excellent.
Look at what?
Career narcissist.
Yeah, it's actually I spelled dilettante wrong. I tried to write over one L.
Praise, charm, disguise, faster. Oh, good lord. We found our face.
That would be a error.
Oh God.
Look at the actual career.
Oh, that's...
God forbid I wind up being the face, aren't I?
What? No, he's our face. He's absolutely our face.
What were we doing there? I think you just wanted to go.
What are we talking
No, I was just like, if we're all together, are we doing a thing? And then I just suddenly realized probably she wanted to go, and we were all like, but she's like, I got the car.
Well, it is an extremely well-received exhibition. Everyone is speaking its praise, but yeah.
Was everybody, like, did we look around and see everybody kind of walking out just speechless?
Yes, with a look of awe on their face.
Like a, holy shit, what did I just see? I'm not sure how to put it into words. Ooh,
This
Drake.
was probably the most gory thing that you have ever seen outside of you being a doctor.
Outside of work.
Outside of work, this is like
Outside of
the most horrific art of the human body you've ever seen.
Outside of a dog, a book is a man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to read.
One moment, I guess.
How do we figure out equipment?
He said he's going to pass on that for now.
Okay.
I think we're pretty much wrapping up. Drake. What do I want my first name to be? Saxon Drake. Oh my god.
Dr. Drake, really?
I'm going...
Y'all forgot about Drake.
Dr.
Saxon Weatherton III.
Wow, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah, except my credit rating's normal.
I was just thinking you should make like her face.
Our brains are.
So you spend it all on school.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't think he actually went to a formal school.
Or lab equipment. Oh, yeah. Self-school. You spend all your family's fortune on equipment.
And learning to hypnotize your patients.
Fortunately, you haven't learned to hypnotize them well enough to fleece them from any more money.
Okay, clearly no one's looking at the tabletop.
But yeah,
Yes,
I am.
we are.
Fortunately, I'm friends with Jim Johnson.
Indeed. He can get you what you need.
What do you need? How much am I getting of it? Why are you getting it?
I need patience.
How many laws are we breaking? How
Yes.
many laws am I defending you?
Yeah, no. I'd just rather people didn't find out.
I'm sorry. I actually have a 40% in law. So.
I know, I saw. I glanced at your character sheet quickly.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It's like, what do I need to skirt especially?
we
Why the
are.
private investigator wrapped up in all this?
I was gonna say, all right. So I guess here's the thing: we need to figure out why are we all friends. We have a medical doctor who's a psychologist. I'm a psychologist. We have.
In the 1920s?
Yeah,
Shock doctor.
you're
Oh no,
You're
I'm
not-
the. I work in a mental institution and I experiment on people. We have a legitimate businessman in Jim Johnson.
I feel like we're all friends because you're all people I've tried to con, and you were all like, no.
That's I'm down for that.
Yeah, so am I. He tried to con the PI. I was just like, no. You know what? We can hang out though.
She only hangs out with me because I think she doesn't know I'm a con man. She knows I'm a con man and finds that.
What's
and I
your
don't know that she knows.
What's your intelligence on Jim Johnson anyways? Like is he smart or is he
70.
okay?
He's just got an 80 appearance. He's got a nice face. He's got a trustable face. He's a small man. He's a small man, but it's disarming.
And then
Well, I'm a small man. Not a
There's
small
nothing wrong with
man.
small men.
Jess, what was your occupation? What did you end up making?
It's the dilettante.
Okay. What?
Basically a,
Artsy fuck.
pursuer of the arts. No.
Oh, okay, but you are, as far as I heard Ian saying, you are a well-to-do.
Yes.
More than
Okay.
me.
Which would be why you own a car and drive a car.
Yep.
Apparently.
You said you had firearms. Are you in firearms handgun or rifle shotgun?
Handgun.
You
Okay.
absolutely have a purse gun.
Oh, she's got a quad Derringer.
It's not a Derringer. That's the worst part. It's not a Derringer.
Why is that?
It's like
Okay.
a 45 Magnum. She's like, but she calls it her Derringer. And if she ever pulls, she's like, "Could you hold my Derringer?" And I'm like, it's like, "Thank you, dear." Meow. Okay. Are we off?
No, yeah, we're online.
Okay, just checking.
We're
Like, I never know because we were talking.
we're wrapping up.
Okay. Well, anyways, I think we should probably really wrap up then.
Yeah.
Indeed.
We can finish this and we'll play properly, be on time. Everything will be much smoother at 6 next week.
Yep.
I think I might attempt to get our setup at this house downstairs so we can be more comfortable on the couch. And you'll see us a little better.
Cool.
Yeah. We can put you on the TV.
And there will be.
Now.
There might be a few.
Actually, that's true. It will be
You
cat
never know.
cam. Anyone wants to 6 to 30,000 cats. It's actually a number in between there. So, funny story. I do want to share this before we leave. As a joke, I wanted to use some hyperbole, and I started with this. Yeah, we've got like, and I realized I was underestimating and undertelling how many cats we had. And I used the phrase half a dozen, and it was too low. And a dozen is just kind of in the ballpark.
Not that I intend to top you or anything, but my mom has a client. My mom works for people who, at a bare minimum, have a few $1 million. So this woman is extremely wealthy. There's a house on her property that is dedicated to cats.
Wow.
That's
She
incredible.
has 30.
Holy shit.
A cat hoarder with money.
That's terrifying.
Yes. Yes, she knows everything about cats. I don't know how she does that. I can't even imagine the stress that must be, but she doesn't care.
Maybe she has help.
If I had a couple of $1 million,
Just
If
hire
I
her.
had a couple $1 million, I'd buy a house for my cats. Actually, I
Seriously?
would.
If
Or
I was a
rent
rich
separate
man.
houses.
What do I want?
You know, it's funny if we wanted to, like if we had wanted to stay in the 19th ward area, there's some lots that have like 2 houses on the property. And we just have to live in separate houses.
We can have the cat house, and we can have the I'm sleeping now house. Oh man, I'm not actually totally against this.
Why is my video on my Roll20 like a solid 3 seconds behind? Wait, no, it's
I
just
don't know.
Ian's.
Awesome.
That is weird. Anyways,
All right, well, that's
Yeah.
gonna wrap us up. Back to a normal schedule this week.
Yep.
Ben's back.
Yay.
Josh is playing normal. We'll be doing this instead of Revengineers for 2 more weeks, Grushik?
Should be, yeah.
Let me look at the schedule. 2 weeks.
August is when we'll be
I'll
back.
let everybody know because past that 2 weeks, we're going to be on vacation.
Wait, what's the second Sunday?
The second Sunday is 29th.
Oh, so we may need more one-shot material.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure that out.
Yep, we have some
I have
weeks.
company that I haven't seen in a very long time.
Maybe
so
we'll have a sudden 5th person. And
she's
no,
deaf.
that would be a problem. You'd be doing a lot of interpreting,
I would.
an impossible amount of interpreting.
No, not impossible.
Then your hands would fall off with our chatter.
Please. Please.
We're so bad.
All right,
I
so
know,
yeah,
I know, but I don't want to make you work when you're
I
playing.
think
regular stream this or regular schedule this week. Finally, so next stream for us is me on next scheduled stream for us is me on Tuesday. I should always specify that because sometimes we just stream. Anybody have anything else?
no, we had some technical issues today, and
Yep, we apologize again.
yeah, well, with trying to do the crowd.
Oh, did you?
I don't know if next time I might try to do something on the computer, like maybe even like some of the game art I'm working on. Me and Ian's game, maybe, I don't know, because I make such tiny things. It's really hard to show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need better camera too.
We had
That's gotta
audio
happen.
issues, so the compounding is just.
Yeah. Sturm needs to send me so we can set up a proper room for you with fancy things and a dozen cameras.
Sounds kind of creepy, but all right.
For the sake of art.
All right. That being said, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you. Have a great night.
Before we go, why don't we all
Raid
go
someone?
raid Say Hey Roko again?
Do
Sure,
you,
why not?
I don't know the name, so do you want to type in the command?
I've got the little button to do it. So we're all gonna go on a journey.
Okay.
On a magical journey together. It's officially on the raid button in 3,
Nice.
2, 1. Okay, it should be going. So you should be able to kill the stream. Bye guys.